Richelle.
Hello, Marian. How are you?
I am super duper fantastic. This is Flexible Lifestyle, and you are my first interview.
Awesome. I feel so privileged.
I feel grateful and very thankful that you agreed to not only be here with us today, but be our first interview. That is fantastic.
Awesome.
So the reason why I created Flexible Lifestyle is because I wanted to meet more people like you. And so this is perfect. This is a perfect opportunity for not only me to get to know you better, but also the people that are going to be watching this really cool channel. Flexible Lifestyle is not just about getting a motorhome and driving around and, and living the life that most people would dream about. It's about having a flexible lifestyle, no matter what that means to you. So I want to get to know you a little bit better. Let's talk about in the past what has happened to you, what you're doing for work, and then we'll talk about the future.
Okay. All right.
Go for it. What's your name
okay.
and name of your company and all that good stuff?
Got it. Well, I started my company in 2007. Prior to that, I was working home mom, homeschooled the kids, the whole 9 yards. So definitely needed a flexible schedule. One thing that has been the most important to me is that with the type of business that I'm in, I don't need an office. That's one of the good things. And in fact, I did try to get an office, and people just kept on dropping in on me because they were in the neighborhood and just thought they'd pop in, and I'd be in meetings or in the middle of a project or whatever. So I closed down the office and just brought it home. But we do web design and then online marketing. So that is a 24/7 type of business, or can be depending on the type of client you get.
Right.
Okay. And the one thing that was important to me is that when I built my business, that it doesn't matter if Tom and I want to go out for a week, if we want to be gone for a month, we can do that, and I can still function in my business. So virtually everything that I have is online, not virtually.
And you
I've
built
made
it that way on
everything.
purpose, right?
Yes, I did. So that way I could have the freedom so I wouldn't be tied down. The only thing that isn't, well, it is because I've got it backed up, but my filing cabinet back here, those are just paper backups. Everything else is online. So I use like a virtual server that's out there, and that's where I upload all of my documents, graphics, stock photos that I've been collecting since 2006. You can imagine how big that file is. So it's everything that I've been able to do. I've been able to pull everything online to where it doesn't matter where I'm at. If I have an internet connection, I can work.
I want you to know even deeper into Richelle Anderson from Lighthouse Web Design.
Okay.
And I think that the audience really wants to know a little bit more about you personally. Okay. So without divulging your exact address, what part of the country do you live in?
I live just south of Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh my goodness. I just love the Tennessee, Kentucky hills. When I was a child, my dad used to take us in his motorhome. Maybe that's why I got the bug, from Michigan to Florida. And we would always spend most of our time in the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, the Smokies are very pretty. Now, I lived in South Carolina for a little while in the Greenville area, and it was beautiful because it's right on the other side of the Smokies.
Right.
And you get just that edge. But we would go up to North Carolina on the weekends and walk do the hikes and everything like that. It was a lot of fun when the kids were little.
Yes. So your kids are grown and they've got their own lives. And so now
kids are grown. Both are married. They still haven't blessed me with grandchildren yet.
Wow. Well, that's coming, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Eventually. But my oldest daughter lives in Florida, just right outside of the Tampa area. And that was another reason why I built my business the way that I do. So that way, if we wanted to go spend a week in Disney, we could do that.
So Richelle and I met I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years ago. It's been
It's
a
been
while.
2 years
Yeah, see,
ago,
time flies.
Marian.
I knew it. And the way we met was because we both have an interest in the online world. And so if you have a flexible lifestyle for work, it usually is going to be that you have access to a telephone, whether it be a smartphone or a voice over IP, where you can log into your company phone system,
Hmm.
or you have to have good, strong internet.
Right.
So Richelle and I, oh, somebody's there trying to get your attention.
Yeah, he's walking in. Of course, he's going to get the dog stirred up, and I'm on a meeting, Tom. Okay. Sorry about that. That's called the flexible
That's
lifestyle, right?
flexible. That's right. Yes.
You can work
Um,
from anywhere.
so we met in a room called Blab. Well, it wasn't one room. There's a lot of rooms in Blab, but Blab was this really cool, I thought, community of people that
Mhm.
could just get on and start talking about whatever their interest was, whether it was business.
They had a lot of different topics that they talked about in there. It wasn't just business. It
I
was
know.
music, it was sports. They talked about all sorts of stuff there.
They did. They did. And you could pop into rooms kind of like what we have right here. We're actually using a software called Zoom. And Zoom.us is a company that does a lot of different things. We both do training. We train our customers on software. So we
Mhm.
love this because we can fit as many as 50 people in a room. We could actually do like a webinar style. But I'm digressing. What I really want to ask you is your plans now are pretty stable because you have someone in the area that you're taking care of. But your plans in the future mean that you can take this business on the road. So can you tell us what you're doing to create that lifestyle for you in the future? Is it something you think about every day, once a week, once a month? How are you creating this flexible lifestyle for your future?
It's funny because even with my local clients, I talk to them on the phone, get their contract together, email it to them. They digitally sign it, give me a credit card, and I never go to their office, even local people. So it's something that we've set up pretty much to where I can work with anybody, anywhere, doesn't matter the location.
And do you think that's hard on the clients
No, they
because
prefer
you
it.
because you make it that way?
They
Because
prefer it.
they prefer it.
Well, think about it. I get up, I get ready, take a shower, put on some makeup. I get stuff together. I get in the car. We've already burned an hour. Then I get in my car. I drive over there. Now I've burnt an hour and a half of their time. Then I have to come back. So how many hours is that spent that I could do an email, a phone call, or even something like this?
Yeah.
Eyeball to eyeball. We're communicating. Yes, exactly. To where I don't have to physically be in front of that person. We can have a virtual meeting or phone call, email, whatever. Now there's some old schoolers that would prefer me to be there, but then I sit there with a recorder and I'm recording the conversations because I miss something. And that's human nature. We always do. We're sitting there in conversation, we hear it, but then we're like, well, what did they say?
Yeah.
And that's just part
Yeah.
of it.
Did I
So
get that? Okay.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So for those people out there that are trying to create a flexible lifestyle for themselves, can you tell us what your mindset was when you were setting all this up? Because you knew that you were going to take it on the road someday.
Truth. Okay. Truth is sometimes I don't want to get up and fix this and all of that. So I just made it to where I could do the majority of it from home. And when the kids get older and I have grandkids, I want to be able to have that flexibility to be able to go and do. And because when I was growing up, we didn't really see, my parents didn't travel a lot. When I had summer vacation, we came here, which was loads of fun. So my friends were going to Disney and going to New York and going to all these fun places. And I was coming to Tupelo, Mississippi, which was not very much at that point in time back in the 80s. So there's a lot of the country that I haven't seen. There's a lot of lighthouses up in Maine that I want to go to. I want to eat a lobster off the docks. There's a lot that I want to do and a lot of places I want to see. And I don't want to have to wait until I'm 70, 65, 70, whenever I retire to be able to start doing those things.
Right.
And my business does require me to be available if a site goes down or if somebody has an issue, something like that. I've got to be able to get to it right away. And having the flexibility of running my business this way, it makes it a lot easier to be able to do that. I get what I want. My clients get what they want. We're both happy.
We're both happy. There you go.
Yes.
I did meet a gentleman who is an insurance agent, and he basically wanted to take it on the road, and he had to be in the office. So they finagled a way where they could do the voice over IP, and he got a We-Boost for stronger internet. I don't think he can go out in the middle of nowhere now, but he can definitely go where he wants to go, around where he wants to go, and still log into his office. Basically, no one knows that he's not in his office because the phone rings.
Shh, we won't tell.
I'm not saying his name. There you go.
We did a podcast back a couple weeks ago, and I had an IT guy on there.
Oh, that's right.
And you know how the multi-location thing works?
Yes.
It would be the same with that.
That's right.
You would just need an internet connection that the phone goes through.
So another way that Richelle and I are connected is that we both are developing our YouTube channels. As a matter of fact, you heard today, this is the first interview that I'm doing in the Flexible Lifestyle YouTube channel, as well as a podcast. And we are meeting on Mondays through Zoom so that we can do a mastermind, so that we can help each other with tools and tips and technology and all the things that are involved in video editing and all the audio stuff that you have to worry about. So I really think that it's a mindset. And if you're not there yet, if you have no idea how you're going to be able to leave corporate America, or you're going to create a lifestyle of flexibility, I think that this is a great way for you to at least start thinking about it. There are tools, there are technologies, there are things out there that are going to help you. And even if it takes you a year to get it going, there's something that will slow us down, our family, money. We don't have a vehicle yet. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, but if you start now with your mindset, you can really start living that life, that flexible life, very soon.
Well, another thing with the mastermind group, it's one thing for you to tell yourself, I'm going to fill in the blank. Okay? But when you tell somebody else, I'm going to fill in the blank, you have a level of responsibility and accountability to do that. And that's one thing that the mastermind group has really done for me, because busy days, we all have 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we have lives and stuff that happens and all that. And we tend to put things off if it's something that we're not doing all the time. So something new that we're trying to build up, you definitely need a mastermind group to help keep you accountable and also keep you motivated.
Keep you motivated, keep you accountable. Yes, and also some support if you get stuck, because a lot of people get stuck, especially in technology. And just because Richelle and I are in technology, that doesn't mean that we escape that. Okay, there's always a glitch or something that somebody else can see clearly. And we're in it, so we can't see it. It's just like, we just need somebody to...
Too close. Yes.
Yes.
Second set of eyes. There we go.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I always have a second set of eyes on anything I write. So any articles that I write or podcasts, scripts and things, I always have to have somebody else look at it, because I can just look at it so many times and that's it. Then I can't see any mistakes after that. Yeah. It all looks great. Yeah, let it go.
I got 50 other things to do. Let's just roll with it. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you think our viewers might want to know that I haven't asked you already? Is there anything burning, any kind of
Well, the biggest thing, if you're wanting a flexible lifestyle, is to set the things in motion. Look at the services that are available out there to get what you need in order to do what you have to do. So that way you can get started right away. For instance, I use Ring Central for my phone. It does have a desktop application, but I also have it on my mobile device. So I can send text messages, phone, fax. I can do everything through my phone as well as a laptop. Okay, so that's one of the good things. And I don't have to have the laptop with me in order for the phone to ring. It just does it. Okay. Another thing is that I use Dropbox as an online storage. I also use Google Drive. So I have different uses for these different tools. And you'll just have to kind of get in there and see what all is available based on what your needs are. So that way you can get started. So that way that 5-day work week isn't so hard to get through. Fridays are just as easy as Mondays or Tuesdays or Thursdays. Yes, they're all fun.
So what I think I'll do is in the notes on the YouTube channel, I'm going to give you some of the links that we talked about today, maybe some of the ones that I think about later. I'll just add them. So we talked about We-Boost, which is helping you with your cell phone reachability. I know that's not the right word, but if people can't reach you, that's how I feel about it. It's the reachability. Okay, I did not see your phone call come in because I didn't have any bars, So
Right.
you might need that. Ring Central, which is, I'm still not exactly clear what that is. Maybe you could go into that just a little bit more. What is Ring Central?
Phone, fax, text, meetings like this. In fact, it uses the same platform as Zoom. It has many different features, and it also ties in with a lot of your CRM systems like ZoHo, Salesforce, things like that. So that way you have all of your client records in one spot, and it's web-based. So it doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to be on one computer to be able to access it.
That's fantastic. So all of the things that you talked about today are web-based so that you don't have to have, an office, which I think is great. Even though you started out by doing it for one reason, it ended up being fantastic for a flexible lifestyle.
Definitely.
That's great. So you can, what are you planning on doing? Maybe renting a motorhome, buying an RV, a van, pulling a trailer. Do you have any ideas about what you might want to do in your next step?
Oh, well, Tom and I have talked about getting an RV that's big enough and having the puppies in the RV, and then taking the dogs with us because we got 2 fur babies. So, yeah, that's what we've talked about doing and going and seeing the sights.
I watch another lady on YouTube that talks about bringing your animals with you or not, the different types of things that could go wrong or go right, depending on the vehicle that you have. So if you have a regular van or a car, they're going to roast or freeze. There's no insulation. It's really a tin can, right? But the motorhomes now, they are insulated and they have the ability to have an air conditioner going, depending on where you're hooking up. If it's like an RV campground, that type of thing, you could go on hikes and all kinds of different things and leave your animals there in the trailer without any problems.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to go without them.
Yeah,
we get very homesick for our babies when they don't go with us, so we would just have to take them.
Yes. Now I recently put on MarianLaSalle.com, which is just a personal blog website. I put up a page called Meet Your House Sitter, so that one of the flexible lifestyle adventures that I would like to do is to be able to take my dog. I have a little Pomeranian.
Cute,
take my dog with me to some of these locations where people need someone to watch their house while they're on vacation, or pet sit and water their plants and bring the mail in and that type of thing. So that's one of the things that I'm planning on doing. I can work just like you. I can work anywhere. I do marketing and promotions, and if somebody needs something it doesn't matter what it is, I can, like you said, hook into the internet, and there I am. I'm in business.
Email.
Well, why not?
Video. I mean, there's no reason why you should be stuck just right where you are.
I'm really grateful for Google. Google has opened up a lot of doors for me. So Google Drive, you talked about Google Drive. You talked about Dropbox. Those are storage units for images and video files and client whatever's files that you might need to upload.
Now, the unique thing about Google Drive that Dropbox does not do is, let's say that I have an Excel spreadsheet, okay? And I have values on there, but I need some feedback from the client. I can upload that spreadsheet. I do my part, the client comes in and does their part, and it's a working, living document. I don't have to download it, make my changes, upload it, and hope they weren't doing the same thing at the same time. Yes. And overwrite their changes. Yes. So Google Drive offers that, and I know that there's another word for it other than living document, but that it basically makes it to where you could both work on the same document at the same time, and it's online.
Another thing that, platform that's online, web-based, that I love and I use every single day is Slack.
Yes.
So if you have a team like I do, and we have to communicate with not only our clients, but other people on your team, then you can very reasonably priced and very easy to share documents and talk. It's like a messenger. If you've been on Facebook Messenger, you kind of get the idea.
ZoHo has that as part of their system.
Okay.
For anybody that's part of that team, you can just open up a chat, and it doesn't matter what part of ZoHo you're in, because we have ZoHo 1. So it comes with the CRM, it comes with books, it comes with Sign for the digital signature. It comes with all of that, to where all I have to do is just hit chat, and I can message a team member and hit save, and it's gone. It's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So I'm all about simplifying, and it's great to have tools, but I think people can have too many tools that duplicate one another.
Yes.
And they can make their life very chaotic.
Well, I will agree with you. And our main technician is on everybody's list of people who try things. I forget what they call it. If it's
beta testing.
He's a beta tester. So I'm constantly having to learn new technology, which I guess keeps my mind fresh, but it does distract me from the main thing, right? So that's the way his brain works. And so we always have the latest, greatest. But you're right. I'm using Slack for this. I'm using Nimble for our CRM, and they're totally separate, and they don't really communicate with each other. So by having something like ZoHo, where it's all together, that might be easier for a lot of people. I wouldn't be able to do that because he is a beta tester. Once we get a software going, I don't really have any control over that. I just have to learn it.
Well, the cool thing is that a lot of times Slack will work with other platforms. In other words, I could make it to where if I'm a member of a team, I can tie that Slack into my ZoHo. So if a bug report, they can submit bug reports through Slack, and then I'll automatically add it to my CRM system for those and projects and stuff. So there's a lot of things that you can get out there, but I did marry into the ZoHo program just because it had so much, and they communicated with one another.
Yes.
So if I set up somebody on my website, they sign up on my website, they're added to the CRM. I call them, I do a potential. The potential is then sent to books. Once I close the deal, an invoice is created as a draft. I send the invoice. Once they pay it, it automatically just communicates with each other, and it's really awesome. But find something that works that's easy. It doesn't have to be hard.
Right.
You don't want to take up your time playing with the tools you've got. Then you don't have time to go do anything fun while you're out there trying to have a flexible lifestyle. Because being flexible isn't being tied to anything. So it's better to make it as easy as possible.
There you go. That sounds good to me. Well,
So that's my big going away comment there.
I appreciate that. How do people get a hold of you if they want to get in touch with you? What's your YouTube channel going to be about?
Okay. Well, the YouTube channel is a podcast for small business owners. It's going to have a podcast where I do interviews very similar to this one, but it's also going to have how-tos on the different things that small business owners would need to know, whether it's maintaining the website, changes in search, social media, things like that. It's the YouTube channel, she'll have a link to it. And so that will be down in the notes. But you can also go to my website at lighthousewebdesigns.com. You can also look us up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I mean, we're on all the social networks, unfortunately. So you can find us, whichever one floats your boat, you can find us there.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate you being our very first flexible lifestyle interview. It just was wonderful. I'm very relaxed because, we're friends and we're working together. So I got to tell you, I really want you to have the best flexible lifestyle ever. So if you need anything at all, you just let us know.
Will do, Marian. And you got a great thing going on. I'm so glad that you started this. It's going to mean a lot for a lot of people.
It means a lot to me that all of you are out there watching, that you want a flexible lifestyle as well. And if we can make that happen faster for you, all you have to do is say so. All right?
Definitely.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining in. And we'll see you next time on Flexible Lifestyle. Bye for now.
Bye.